even if you don't know me personally, then you probably know that this year has been like a year of crazy ups and downs in terms of just my health. I kicked off this year, I think it was the end of January. I found myself in the hospital, like on a 3-day stay. I had never been hospitalized a day in my life, beyond having babies. But anything outside of that, I had never been in the hospital. So I found myself in the hospital at the beginning of this year, and I have been dealing with the effects of that since January the 29th. That's the day that I went into the hospital. And here we are on September the 1st, still dealing with those challenges. And I'll probably share, what all that looks like at another time. I mean, if you know me, then you know I'm very open and I'm very transparent, and I usually share my journey and share, the things that God has brought me through. But I won't be sharing that today. That's not the purpose of this video. But what I wanted to say on here is that dealing with all of the things that really, during this journey, during these challenges, that has really got me to thinking, because I've been dealing with so much. I mean, I know that the only thing that's guaranteed in life, when I made my entrance here on November the 24th, all those years ago, the only thing that was guaranteed was that at some point I was going to check out of here. I was checking in, and the guarantee was that I was going to check out. And so, as morbid as that may seem, it is the absolute truth. And so as I've been journeying through these health challenges for the entire year, almost, God, I pray that before I cross over into 2019, we got this all sorted out. But one thing that has really got me to thinking, like, man, if I were to die today, one day I was thinking this, like, man, Chris, if you die today, and God forbid anything happens to me, because nobody's gonna take care of these kids like me, but God forbid anything happens to me, but if I were to die today, what legacy would I be leaving behind? Ever since I've been going through all of these things, there's a few things, 3 things, in fact, that I wanted to share with you really quickly that I have committed myself to. And number 1 is waking up every morning committed to living my life on purpose. And what does on purpose mean? When you hear, and I have to say this a lot with my children, I have to say this a lot with them, because my youngest, the older 2 will come and tell me that the 6-year-old hit them or kicked them or something like that. And she'll say, but it was just an accident. I didn't do it on purpose. No, you did it on purpose. You knew exactly what you were doing when you did it. Now, an accident is one thing. And so when we wake up every morning committed to living our life on purpose, we wake up being intentional. That today I am going to ensure that I am doing the things that are going to get me to where I'm intentional. And if you're not intentional, then you're being unintentional, and that means you wake up every day without a plan. You wake up and it's basically happenstance. Whatever happens. You all willy-nilly, you go with the flow. But sometimes going with the flow is not a great thing, because going with the flow is just leading you to wherever the flow leads you. And we have to wake up and be intentional. So that's the first thing. Like, in this process, during this year of 2018, I have been committed to waking up every single day, making sure that I am living life on purpose, that it's not by accident, that I'm not just waking up and I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know why I'm doing this thing called life, and know what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You don't have a vision for your life, then how are you living it? You're waking up every morning, as I said, just going with the flow, going wherever the wind has blown you for that day. And so that's number 1. Wake up committed every day to living life on purpose, not by accident, not by happenstance, not, oh, let me figure out what's gonna happen today. Number 2, to ensure that I'm living life on purpose, and I ask that you guys will please share this video, because I'm telling you, it's a lot of people that you know. I know it's a lot of people that you know, because it's a lot of people that I know who are waking up every day and don't have a clue on what they're supposed to be doing in life. They are going to work, and it's the person I'm talking about very well may be you. You're waking up every day and you don't know what it is you're supposed to be doing. You're going to a job that you absolutely hate because you don't have another plan. And trust me, I understand. I have been there. I know what it's like to live in a space where you just feel like you're just living and you're not thriving. You're just surviving. You're just making it. But the only way to move from that space, to move to a place of living life on purpose, is to be intentional about figuring out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, why I'm here, and how do I get to that place of living life on purpose and not by accident. So how do I commit to that every single day? I make sure that every day I am doing what I call, and I teach this to my students in my birthing plan, and I think I may even talk about it in my scribe tribe, but DPAs, and that stands for Destiny Promoting Activities. You have to wake up every day and do something that is catapulting, that is propelling you closer to your destiny. And sometimes your DPAs may not even be about your destiny. You may be doing DPAs for somebody else's destiny. But every single day you wake up, if you are living life on purpose, you are spending some time doing some DPAs, destiny promoting activities. We spend so much time talking about how we don't have enough time, but that's because we are channeling that energy. We are expending time on things that don't matter, or things that aren't destiny promoting. Hey, and so I implore you to make sure that if you're going to be committed to living life on purpose every day, then you need to be committed to making sure that every single day you spend, and I always say this, 30 minutes, because if I say 30 minutes and you spend at least 30 minutes, you'll find out that you spend at least an hour, or you spend 2 hours doing destiny promoting activities. Me coming before you on this camera, this is a destiny promoting activity for me today, because I'm very clear on my purpose. I know that my purpose is to get behind women and push them into everything that God has called them to be. You can't be everything that God has called you to be if you don't even know why you're here. If you don't even know your purpose, how can you live life on purpose? So this right here for me is a destiny promoting activity. But let me tell you the beauty of DPAs, the beauty of destiny promoting activities. When I do my DPA, it encourages your DPA. Every single thing that God has given you to do, that God has purposed you to do in the earth, is going to impact somebody else's life. So when I do my DPA, when I get on this video and I say, push girl, push, you got to live life on purpose. You cannot live a perfect life, but you can live a purpose life. When I tell you those things, when I spend my time doing my destiny promoting activities, guess what? I've just pushed you into doing your destiny promoting activities. So everything that God has purposed you to do is going to help somebody else's life. It's going to impact somebody else. It's going to change somebody's life. If what you're doing right now, if you feel like you're not impacting someone, then you may need to check, God, what am I supposed to be doing? Where am I going wrong? Because everything that God has purposed you to do is going to change somebody else's life some type of way. So number one, I wake up and I'm committed to living life on purpose. I'm being intentional about living life on purpose. I wake up every day and I'm committed to living life on purpose. Number two, I spend at least 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is nothing, but you can carve out 30 minutes of your day. So let's see, 30 minutes, you got 24 hours, that's 1/24. So that's like 1/48 of your day, if I'm doing my math correctly, right? That's 1/48 of your day. If you can't spend 1/48 of your day doing something that's going to promote you to your destiny, then that's a problem. Okay, so I spend at least 30 minutes a day doing destiny promoting activities. And then the last thing that I do to ensure that I am living a purpose life is I start with the end in mind. And what does that mean? Every single thing that we do in life, except for life, I'll get to that in a second, but everything that we do in life, we start with the end in mind. So if we want to get a degree, we start with that degree on our mind, and we figure out all the steps we have to take to get there. How many classes do I have to take? What classes do I have to take? What school am I going to apply to? It's all of these steps that we take to get that degree. If we are wanting to buy a house, we got the house on our mind. And so now we're figuring out what are all the steps that I need to take to make sure that I can move into that house, to make sure that I can buy that house. What do I need to get my credit in order? I need to ensure that I've been working, because now I got to have work history. I've been working my job for X amount of years. All the things that I need to do. I need to make sure that all the loose ends are tied up in wherever I'm leaving from. These are things that we do with the end in mind. Women who are trying to get married, if you're living purposeful in that area, then you're ensuring that you are a whole, complete woman before some man comes to find you. That's how we live. We work towards the end. So everything that we do in life, we start with the end in mind. But we don't apply that to life itself. But that's where I realized that if I apply starting with the end to life itself, then I can ensure, like I can't go wrong with ensuring that I wake up every single day and I live life on purpose. So what does starting with the end in mind look like? It looks like looking ahead, like I said, to the day that you leave this earth. And we don't want to be real. Maybe we're scared. Maybe that freaks us out. Maybe we're like, I don't want to think about death. But baby, you're going to die one day, okay? Let's just be honest. And that starts with thinking ahead to the day that you check out of here. Starting with the end in mind, what do I want people to say about me? What is the legacy that I want to leave behind? And so one exercise that I give to anyone who comes through any class of mine is start with the end in mind. And so what that looks like is writing your epitaph, writing what the words that you want on your tombstone. You only get 7 words, because 7 is the number of completion. You don't get to write a whole paragraph. It needs to be succinct. What is the vision for your life in the most succinct manner? And so you start with the end in mind and you write your epitaph. You got 7 words. What do you want those 7 words to say? And when you figure out the vision for your life, then you can spend every moment working towards that thing. Then you know the DPAs that when you wake up, you know this is what I'm working towards. And so I love to share mine so that people understand that I don't just tell you to do this exercise. I've actually done this exercise. This is something that I do, that I've applied to my life. And it has worked for me. And so my epitaph, my 7 words, what I want on my tombstone, when I check out of here, when they lay me to rest, I wanted to say, the lives she impacted, only heaven knows. That's 7 words. The lives she impacted, only heaven knows. What does that mean? That means that I want my impact. I want the number of people who are impacted by things that I say, things that I do, the way that I move through the earth. I want that number to be so massive that no man can count. Only God knows. Only God knows the number of people who have been impacted by me living life on purpose, by the gifts that God has given to me. And so I wake up every single day with that in mind. And so I ensure that I'm living life on purpose by making sure that the things that I'm doing are lining up with the statement that I want on my epitaph. And so whatever it is for you, you need to spend some time reflecting and coming up with your 7 words. What is the vision for my life? Because otherwise, if I don't have a vision, I'm going to perish. And you may not die naturally, but you are dying spiritually. Your soul is grieved because you are not doing the things that God has called you to do. You are not living life on purpose. And so I can relieve some pressure from you by saying that you don't necessarily have to have all the answers. You don't have to know every single step. But I promise you, if you take one step, one step, God will continue. He'll be like, okay, you know what? This girl, she's taking a step. Now I can help her take more steps. So I know that some of you, and again, like I said, please share this video, because I know it's a lot of people who are out here wandering aimlessly, who have not figured out what it is they're supposed to be doing in life. And I really want to help them. I do. I want to help you. That's my purpose, to help women push, girl, push. Hey, Jasmine, to help women give birth to the things that God has placed down inside of them. Girl, you are pregnant with purpose, but you are stuck because pain got you stuck, self-doubt got you stuck, and so disappointment, rejection, failures, all of those things have you stuck. All of those things have you stuck. But I am here to stand alongside of you and to show you what is holding you up and to say, push, girl, push. I have this paper clip. You see this little orange paper clip? Now, whoever was the genius who invented this paper clip, sorry, I don't know who you are, but shout out to you for inventing a paper clip, because now we can keep all our papers organized and keep them together. They created this paper clip because the purpose was, again, to hold a stack of papers together so that we could keep things together, keep them organized. We wouldn't be all, everything wouldn't be scattered all over the place. We wouldn't lose things. Everything would be together. That's the purpose of this paper clip. Now, I can open this paper clip up just like this, and I could use it to clean my nails. I could use it if I had a scratch off ticket. I could use it to scratch the ticket off and all of those things. I could use this for a variety of things that it may not have been designed for. But the maximum use, the purpose, the person who designed this knows exactly what it was designed to do. And so the ultimate purpose is to hold a stack of papers together. And so I can spend time cleaning my nails and using it for my scratch off. But what it was designed to do was to hold a stack of papers together. You were designed for a purpose. God, as the person who made you, he knows why he designed you. And so you can spend your time doing all this other stuff, and you may be doing it an okay job at it. This will do an okay job at cleaning my nails, but guess what? It's something else that was specifically designed to clean my nails. They have a tool for that. Okay? Now, I don't know what they have to do those lottery scratch-offs, but maybe because that ain't of God anyway. I'm not judging, okay? I scratch off some tickets too before. But there's something designed for that. And so if you're spending all your time doing all of these things that God has not necessarily called you to do, it's okay. But you're not being maximized. You're not being used at your maximum potential because you have not identified the purpose for your life. And so I have created a workbook. You can go on my website, KristenRHarris.com, and you can download this workbook. Now, before it was just an ebook and it had some steps, but now I have created a workbook out of this thing that really details some steps, some action, because I believe in action. Faith without works is dead. We say that so much, but really, faith without works is dead. If you are not putting the action behind it, I can talk to you until I am blue in the face. But I need you to do the work. I need you to push. I'm the midwife. I'm in the birthing room. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the strategy, but I need you to push. You got to do your part so you can birth this thing out. So in order to I need you to understand that you are pregnant with purpose, okay? And so if you don't know what that purpose is, then I want you to